Okay, so what you need to do, and I went ahead and loosened this one. There's 2 bolts down here with nuts on the back that you have to break loose, and I just took the one out and loosened this one up and just kind of moved it over in front of the muffler. That's the muffler shield. And you want to come up and loosen these 2 screws on top of the air filter housing, and I went ahead and did that already just to make things quicker. Set that aside. Loosen the screw on top of the air filter, which I did already. Remove that. And then I believe down here we have I think it's a 5/16 screw. Go ahead and loosen that. And you can pull out the air filter cover itself, and that brings us down here. So what you do next is loosen this 5/16 screw. It's like a bracket that's attached from the carburetor to the actual motor itself, kind of stabilizes it. And then we'll shift over here and remove 1 screw and the 2nd screw, and then we'll be able to detach the carburetor. And have a rag handy, because if you had fuel in it, fuel is going to come out of the carb bowl down at the bottom and probably roll out the side here, so have a rag handy. Oh boy, look what happened there. That piece completely broke off. That's why it's not running right, I bet. Okay, once you get down to this part, you can go ahead and shift the linkages around. That's the choke link that comes right out. It may not be as easy to remove it if your piece is still on there, but it looks like this one broke off and needs fixed. Alright, there's a little residual fuel in there. And you don't have to take the fuel line off, you can do it all from here. Okay, so as you can see, you're probably thinking, hey, that doesn't look like the same carburetor. You're right. I had to go out and buy a used one, because every time, I actually did it 3 times, I tried to JB weld this clip back on and it kept popping off. So I went to the junkyard and luckily I found one. So I slapped that one on. I did a thorough job cleaning that out. If you want to see that video, I'll add a card here so you can check that video out. So I went ahead, took the fuel line off, reattached it to this one, and now we're going to put this carburetor back on and see if it doesn't work properly now. So what you do is you'll go ahead and attach the throttle linkage and the governor spring. Next, we'll go ahead and install the choke link. Just down the side here, wiggle it around, and then that'll set down inside here, and then we'll realign the vent tube and put that on. Getting the links back in and aligning everything with one hand was very difficult, so I couldn't do that. But just take your time, a little bit of patience, connect these together, get them all lined up. And what you're going to do is attach your vent tube and then start putting the bracket back on, fasten that tight. Get the bottom one started, but don't tighten it. And then go over here and tighten these screws up. Everything's secured and back down. I'm going to open up the fuel line and just make sure that there's no leaks. And if there's not, we'll go ahead and proceed to the next step. Everything looks good, so we'll go ahead and reinstall the top cover with the 5/16 screw. Now that that's secure, we'll put in our air filter and tighten that down. Finally, we'll add the cover and put in the 2 screws. Remember, the longer one goes on the right. Now that we've done that, we should be able to start it up and be good to go again. But before we do that, I just want to take a second to thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, take a second to do so now. Thanks for watching. Let's get to the exciting part. So we're going to cold start this, so we want to choke it. That's the whole way up. Feet depressed, we're in neutral. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Again, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps you with any issues you might have with your tractor. See you next time from the Neighborhood Go-To Guy.